Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the BYU Cougars, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Commodores will put toe to leather and we'll get started. Coming out with it, it's Stevens. Makes a move. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. It's a draw. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And they sniff that draw out. With a draw unit, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field. But the defensive line, the defense was not biting it. You could tell they were ready for it. Came, got on the running back, got him on the ground quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. From the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gonna take a shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Handoff to the single running back. Great move. Now he's got room. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
It's complete to the right. There he goes. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
The RPO, it's complete. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll try the run. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
And the Commodores had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He'll be wrestled out of bounds at about the 7-yard line.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds.
And he'll finish the line at the end zone. Touchdown, Doors! They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Stevens. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Going to the ground. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The give to the back. And BYU will get the first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Leaves it with the running back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Got his man on the right. Lowers those pads. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. BYU lines up quickly.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his man. It's Barco. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. To the air on first down. Looking left. Got his man downfield. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cougars!
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you want.
Breaks into the open. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Bringing the heat. He's going to take off. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. He's not quite going to make it to the marker. They'll spot it at the 37, and now a decision on 4th down. They get the completion, and that's one thing, Jesse. If you're going to get this guy on the ground, you better come in to make the tackle like you mean it.
Man, that was a heat-seeking missile coming in there. He knew he had a lot of work ahead of him with that big fella making the catch. Nice tackle.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. They'll go to the ground. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. BYU right back to the line. They want to run it left here. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
On 2nd down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the 1st down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
Finds his tight end. Turning it on. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Jukes his way for more. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it. But the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop. And now you set up 3rd down. And this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn up.
Touchdown, Cougars. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with the lone back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
And the missed connection on third down.
And that's why that guy plays DB and not wide receiver. DBs generally don't have as good of hands as wide receivers. That ball should have been picked off on third down. Come on, man. That could have been a pick six.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Got his man. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now, they go for it on fourth down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Here's the handoff. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Off play action. Gonna take a shot. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
I like the play call there. I know it falls incomplete, but you're in the defensive side of the field right now, and you're going back to the guy that's already scored a touchdown for you. This guy has stepped up. He's made a play. So if I'm on offense, I keep throwing him the football.
Fires left. A strike downfield. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down.
Touchdown, BYU! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down. They're working that left side. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. BYU about to kick it off to open the second half. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half. I
think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Steps away to find some room. Throwing on the run. He holds it in, and nobody's close.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Oh, they're after him. Flips it out in the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Commodores are flying down the field. Off play action on first down. Fires downfield. Finds a man in the middle. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Back open in the middle. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Commodores line it up with a 1st and goal. Gets the back moving. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Vandy. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll bring it out. It's Stevens. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Got a little space. There he goes. Big run from deep in his own end, and he's out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, this secondary, they look like they're struggling trying to handle the run game.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
He leaves it with his back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
They go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
BYU with the 1st and 10.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off the play fake. Hit as he throws. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's open on the right. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, BYU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
Makes the grab. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
We just have not called this guy's name enough. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football, and that was only his second catch. I think that's a big reason why they're trailing this much in this game so late. They just have not been able to get one of their biggest weapons involved as often as they needed to.
They just keep firing. Pulls it in. Breaks into the open. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Commodores racing to the line in the hurry-up. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Finds his back in the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
And he'll be brought down.
Well, you've seen the last two plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Under fire. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Lets it fly. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
Wants to go up top. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stevens. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. The give as they work on that clock.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
As they come to the line on 2nd down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Looking to fire. Quick completion on the out. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Quick completion on the out route. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. If they can move that thing 1 yard here, that'll probably wrap this baby up. They'll go right back to it. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Cougars kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. The give on the inside. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. He's loose. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll line up to go for 2. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Leaves it with the back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. And the Commodores in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. He wants a big play here late. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. And he's brought down after the pick, and time has expired here in the 4th. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with